My name's Abbi Greenland and I'm from London. I run a theatre company called Rash Dash with Helen Golan and Becky Wilkie, and we make collaborative, devised-ish physical theatre. The play I've written is called Talking to Boys, and it's about a woman called Georgia, and we see her throughout her life between being 10 years old and being in her mid-50s, and we see her at different points in her life only through conversations that she has with the men in her life. How this woman is shaped by the men in her life and how she both resists being shaped by them and how she wants and needs to be shaped by them and how she both enjoys it and is angry about it. This is much more of a play than anything I've made before and tried to stick to a concept in a way that I haven't before. Usually I kind of get bored of concept halfway through and start to kind of mess with it. And this, I've just decided on something and gone for it. And I've really enjoyed that process of just pushing through with this one idea. And I think that one of the things I really like when I see plays, particularly rather than kind of stuff that's more theatrical or devised or collaborative, is a playwright has had some time to think about something that I haven't had time to think about, or I haven't given myself time to think about. And they put something on stage that feels kind of truthful. And I sit in the audience and I think, God, this feels truthful, but also really resisting of the truth of it, kind of feeling uncomfortable in terms of how it affects me in my life and what I think about me and my life because of what they're saying. And I think that ideally, I would probably like that kind of an experience for an audience, for people to kind of see themselves in it and have that kind of satisfying wrestle with, this doesn't feel true, this does feel like me, hey, don't say that, this kind of, this discomfort of coming to think about something that someone else has given themselves that time to think about, I guess. It feels really good to be on the shortlist. I'm 37 and I've been working in theatre for a while. And so being on the shortlist feels a bit like, oh phew, I've got something to offer. Because I would hope that I would. I've been working in it for a while and I would have hoped that I'd had learnt something. And so having a first go on my own, it's a bit scary, it's a bit daunting, it's a bit like, who am I not in my theatre company? So it does feel really good to have somebody say, this is worth reading. There's a really good part in it for a woman, right, who goes right the way through it, and she goes from being 10 to in her mid-50s. And I've always really enjoyed really virtuosic, fantastic performances, because the attempt isn't at naturalism, it isn't at like a 10-year-old playing a 10-year-old, and it's seeing someone really attempt the whole shape of their life. There's something about a performer really having something very meaty to do and for the audience to enjoy watching them do it.